BYU has been on base in 22 consecutive games, and the 0-2 from Ranieri up and in to the Cougars' second baseman. One and two pitch lined into right field. That's Connor Schaus for the Red Raiders on the run. Makes the catch leaning and then falls down near the foul line.
A really good read by Schaus. He saw that ball well off the bat. Good jump. A really good route right to that ball, and he needed every spare inch to reel in that ball. That was headed for extra bases, 2, maybe 3.
Here's the Red Raiders defensively. Hughes, Thompson, and Schaus in the outfield. Garcia's at third. Ryan, Lopez, Villeneuve around the infield, and Quintanar behind home plate. This time of day, the sun field very much on the left side. Third baseman, shortstop, left fielder, center fielder are all looking into the setting sun, which still has an hour and a half or so before going down. Ground ball. This is Coleman Ryan. McNaughton retired on the ground ball. There are 2 away here in the top half of the first.
Well, and that's saying something, because McNaughton has been BYU's best hitter, leads them in batting average, hits, doubles, total bases, home runs. He's been fantastic this year, so that's a good, quick second out to get things started.
This will get Ryder Robinson to the plate with 2 out, nobody on. Their shortstop hitting .311 with 8 home runs, 26 driven in. Ranieri, the sophomore out of Temecula, California, pitched at Hawaii last year. Has only allowed 10 2-out hits this season. Swing and a miss. Gus, if Tracer Lopez at second base backs up another step, he'll bump into Schaus.
Yeah, they're gonna have to talk to each other on a green, but not what would cause a lip or a bad hop. This place has been fantastic in its first spring of usage.
Don't believe we've seen a bad hop all year long. Robinson does walk. That's just the 12th allowed this year by Ranieri in 29 innings of work, and that'll get the BYU cleanup hitter Easton Jones to the plate. He's got 10 home runs this season. Second most on this team. Anderson led off the ball game, lining out to Schaus, who made a running catch in right field. McNaughton grounded out to short. But with 2 outs, Robinson has walked. And now Jones.
And Robinson leads BYU with 10 stolen bases and 12 attempts. This was a good spot to find a pitch and get a jump. See if you can get yourself into scoring position here with 2 outs.
Red Raider catcher Matt Quintanar has thrown out about 28% of base stealers this season. He leads the Big 12.
Boy, and he had a big win late on the win here over Dallas Baptist Tuesday night. 9-7 win for the Red Raiders. Threw a guy out in the 8th inning, and that ended up being big.
2-0 pitch, breaking ball, called strike. Jones, one of 2 BYU batters with 30 hits in Big 12 play. Senior, very experienced guy out of American Fork, Utah. 2-1 pitch, breaker just off the plate, 3 balls and a strike.
Well, no wind in the ballpark.
With a batting average of just over 300. Red Raiders will not hold the runner at first. Big lead there for Jones. Robinson at second has Coleman Ryan nearby. Red Raiders 18-11 in games here in their home ballpark. BYU has 15 road wins this season. Ranieri way off the mark there.
Yeah, he landed a 1-0 off-speed pitch and came back with another one right there, but that a big location miss.
Worked 5 innings against Baylor in that series. Ball foul tip back into the glove of Quintanar. Strike 2. Against Baylor, allowed 8 hits and 5 runs. Struck out a couple, walked a pair through 92 pitches in a Red Raider loss to the Bears. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Ranieri got himself in trouble with a couple of walks, but comes back to strike out McChesney to end the BYU first. No runs on no hits, couple of left on for the Cougars. Red Raiders to bat in a moment.
Get there in the 47+ innings. He's walked 26. He's also hit 8 guys. But struck out 40. Opposing batters hitting .311 last week against Utah. 5 innings, 3 runs. Just one of those runs was earned. So a manageable outing. Waylon Crane in Big 12 play 2-2 with a 5.74 ERA, which tells you those numbers sort of match up with his work at non-conference.
Here's a Red Raider batting order that he will face tonight. Familiar names: Kyler Thompson, Tracer Lopez, and Connor Schaus. In those 1, 2, and 3 spots, Logan Hughes.
Change up, curveball. Kind of a typical 4-pitch arsenal that we'll see these days.
Big swing and a miss by Thompson. Crane has had a start in every Big 12 series for BYU early on in the conference schedule. Those games were the second games of series, but this will be the 5th time he's started on the opening game of the weekend. Thompson retired on that ground ball, 1 away for the Red Raiders. Here are the Cougars defensively. It's Painter, Wolfgram, and Herdsman left to right in the outfield. Jones, Robinson, Anderson, McNaughton, and Ridge Erickson behind the plate. Here's Tracer Lopez. Lopez has probably swung the hottest bat of any Red Raider recently, climbing his way into the number 6 spot all time for most hits among Red Raiders. Last 20 games, Lopez has 34 base hits.
And obviously in those last 20 games, the vast majority of those in Big 12 play. When it matters the most, yeah, in Big 12 play, he's hitting .354. And he got off to a relatively slow start in conference play. He's picked it up lately.
70 hits this season, the best of any of. Connor steps in with a 4-game hitting streak. Top 5 in the Big 12 in runs driven in this season. He's got 62 RBIs. And he's been hit enough times to rank among the top 5. 13 times hit by a pitch this season. It's a big rip there.
And Connor Schaus through the last 2 innings of that ball game here 2 nights ago against DBU to earn his first save. A 9-7 win.
He's pitched in 7 games this season, the transfer from Georgia Tech.
Crane came right back with that same pitch. Schaus a little bit out in front of it. He's down in the count at 1-2.
Ground ball right back up the middle, hopped off the mound. There's Anderson behind the bag at second base. Throw to first is in time. McNaughton stretches. Heck of a play by the BYU second baseman there on a ball that was deflected off the mound to the shortstop side of second base, and Anderson went and got it and threw out the speedy Schaus at first base. We've played one inning tonight here in Lubbock. BYU and Texas 4 here in Lubbock. Texas Tech won 2 out of 3. Red Raiders are 8-2 in this ballpark against BYU. Gus, the first game between these two teams on January the 25th. January 25th of 2002. In fact, they played a doubleheader that day.
I was probably here watching it. I wasn't up here in the booth.
Well, you were bundled up. It was 47 degrees that day in Lubbock.
Obviously, that was before the standardized start date. Now everyone has to wait until roughly Valentine's Day, mid-February, to get started. But back then, you had the same games limit. You just had to, nobody could start playing that early. Coach Hayes obviously jumping in early with the scheduling of that one, and I can tell you who played in that game. It was the father of one Lincoln Garcia. Played for BYU in that game. How about that?
He's probably still chilly. You know, that was January. They played January 25th and 26th, a doubleheader on the 25th and a single game on the 26th. Later that season, on March the 3rd, Texas Tech was playing at A&M that day. The temperature in Lubbock was 9 degrees.
Goodness. Breaking ball just misses a full count breaker.
BYU this season against right-handed starting pitching. 18 wins, 13 losses. Two balls and no strikes here. Gussa pitched a run on here with a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, perhaps. My guess is that he would need to throw a strike and get in this count before they take off. Not out of the question, though, at 2-0. I just have that hitter with the green light.
Runner isn't going. There's a strike to Painter.
Now you might see him going. Be a little better spot to run here.
Painter, a high school player in Hawaii, as the Red Raiders' Jay Sousa was. Runner isn't going. Pitch misses again. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Ranieri's really fighting the off-speed stuff right here. He's landed a few of them, but he's working behind in the count again. Dangerous way to live.
Painter, a couple of seasons ago, 3 hits against Red Raider pitching, including a double.
My guess is that Herdsman will be on the move here with the full count, nobody out.
Out of the stretch at 3-2. Here's Ranieri. Sophomore out of Pleasant Grove, Utah. Playing center field tonight. Year ago, limited at-bats. Played in just 13 games, but he batted .500. Eleven of his 31 base hits this season have been for extra bases. Runner goes. Here's the throw by Quintanar. Got a chance. Got him. Tracer Lopez hangs on to that ball. Comes up and shows the second base umpire that he's got it, and Quintanar has thrown out his 19th base stealer of the season. Gus, this almost like a pitch out.
Yeah, and that was probably a called hit and run from the dugout, because you saw Gray really expanding the strike zone there, trying to get that ball in play and protect the base runner. Good work by Lopez to handle that hop, apply the tag.
Quintanar leads the Big 12 in throwing out base stealers. Coleman Ryan scoops up that ground ball off the bat of Wolf Graham, and the inning is over. The leadoff walk thrown out attempting to steal second does not hurt the Red Raiders. We played 1.5. BYU and the Red Raiders still not.
It's that time of year.
Logan Hughes leads Here migrated down the left field line where there's sunshine, not in the shade. Hughes can't beat out that slow roller up the middle. Another outstanding play by Luke Anderson.
Yeah, two very similar plays by Anderson. Balls that are hit to his backhand, and he has gobbled them up nicely. Those are two really nice plays. Ranging a long way to his right. Good quick release. Throws on the money.
Red Raiders still looking for their first base runner. BYU has had 3 through 2 innings, but all walked to get on. And now Lincoln Garcia with 1 out. The Red Raider freshman, .353 with the batting average. 4 home runs, 52 driven in. Gus noted a moment ago, Lincoln's dad played baseball at BYU.
Yeah, I think when Lincoln was getting recruited here and ultimately signed here, he was familiar with the place. I've been here before. About 20, not quite. The rest of them just been ground balls. Really good work. You mentioned that earlier by Anderson 2 different times. Ranging to his right.
Here's the Red Raiders DH, Caden Ferraro. That hefty .380 batting average. He's top 5 in the Big 12 for batting average, doubles this season, on base percentage just below .500. And he'll walk as well 38 times this season to get on base. Ferraro, the junior transfer from Pearland, played at Blinn College, helped that team to a JUCO national championship back in 2024.
That team at Blinn, coached by Dusty Hart. Dusty Hart, a Lubbock Monterey High School product, and Dusty earlier this week was announced as an inductee of the National Junior College Baseball Hall of Fame. Well-deserved. He's won 2 national titles in his coaching career.
Congratulations.
You bet.
BYU's right fielder Bryker Herdsman is just about in the Red Raider bullpen. In terms of throwing out base stealers, he's thrown down 17 attempted base stealers this season, and BYU as a team has thrown out 29 guys on base this season. The ball's lifted down the right field line. It's going to get out of play.
Yeah, certainly when we think about Kyler Thompson, he's the Red Raiders' best candidate to run. It'll be interesting to see how active he is with Erickson behind the plate.
The ball's hit hard right past the diving Tracer Lopez. There's your first hit. Comes from the 9-hole hitter for BYU. Rich Erickson lines that one into right field. BYU has a leadoff runner on.
Ranieri was ahead in the count at 1-2, but boy, he left a cutter up. Belt high, outer part of the plate, and Erickson shot it into right field for the base hit. And now BYU back to the top of their order.
Second time through the order for Ranieri. Tonight's the 18th time on the mound for him. Anderson showing bunt, called strike. Believe that one will leave the playing field as well. Long run by Schaus and Villeneuve, but someone's chasing a souvenir in the stands over there, Gus.
Yeah, that one stayed in. Banged around on the bleachers, and somebody's got him a souvenir. Sometimes it'll get just beyond the end of those the seating area down there into that green space where Bangin' Bertha the Bell is located, ready to do work.
BYU beat UNLV in a midweek game. Anderson was 0 for 5 in that one. That ball looped into center field. Connor Thompson could not get to it. On the move, just lands a bit past second base, short of the big double T logo in center field. And Anderson just finds a spot for that one to drop in. Back-to-back singles to start this third for BYU.
Yeah, Anderson caps one, just flips it out into shallow center field. That didn't have enough on it to travel to Thompson. Just a little bloop single here. Now first and second, nobody out.
And the very dangerous Ezra McNaughton at the plate. Tops on this team in hits, including doubles and home runs and runs driven in. He's got a chance here with 2 on and nobody out. Grounded out to Ryan in his first at bat today. Robin Villeneuve at first.
It was a good off-speed pitch there by McNaughton. He was way out in front of it. A little rollover ground ball, but it takes Villeneuve toward the bag. It wasn't sharply hit, so it gets the job done in the sense that there are now runners on second and third and just 1 out. Garcia is in, and even with the bag at third base, everybody else on the infield is back.
Ground ball. This is going to Coleman Ryan. It's going to score a run. There's the throw over. In time to retire Robinson, but BYU has scored the game's first run. Erickson crosses home plate on that infield ground ball. Anderson over to third, but there are 2 outs now.
Yeah, it's a good play by Ryan. A little ground ball to his right. Good quick release, good firm delivery there for the out. The Red Raiders with second, third, 1 out, happy to trade the run for an out.
Couple of singles to start this inning for BYU. They have a 1-0 lead now. Jones, like Robinson in that first inning, walked by Ranieri with 2 outs. There are 2 outs now. Two and 2 pitch lifted into right field. Shaw starts back, makes the turn, makes the catch. Inning is over, but a couple of hits to start this inning by BYU, and a pair of infield ground balls drives in a run. BYU 1-0 over Texas Street. Well, Tadlock watches Matt Quintanar here in the bottom of the third start this inning, grounding out over to third. Now Tadlock, National Coach of the Year back in 2014. First trip by the Red Raiders to the College World Series. Big 12 Coach of the Year in 2016. The Raiders made the World Series that season as well, also in 2018 and 2019. Former player. That's the goal, Gus. Trip to Omaha.
Yes, it is.
Robin Villeneuve, the Red Raider batter here, as Waylon Crane continues to baffle Red Raider hitters who have yet to get the ball out of the infield.
Filling up that strike zone. Pitching ahead in the count. Uh-oh.
That pitch came up well short of home plate. Crane losing his balance.